Adjourn, that's not the right word. Reconvene. Reconvene. Re-adjourn. We'll adjourn. We'll just keep adjourning. All right, so we will reconvene the meeting. It is 11:45. We have one last agenda item. This is item 2.2, page 6. So this is in regard to the notice of motion. On the right page, the notice of motion from Councillor GRAF. Councillor GRAF, I do see you online. Did you want to speak to the notice of motion that you sent through?
No, no, it's all pretty self-explanatory, I think. Thanks, Pamela.
Great, thank you, Councillor GRAF. Molly, did you need to talk us through anything in our process, or?
Happy to do that. It is, as Councillor GRAF says, pretty self-explanatory, but it is worth highlighting that we have attached a system that must be, I guess, voted on if more than one nomination is forthcoming today. I'll leave it there.
Okay, so we do have a nomination for chair of the Environmental Performance Committee for Councillor Hodge. I'll call now for any other nominations for the chair of the committee. Oh, there was already a seconder for that nomination. Right, so we've got a mover and a seconder for the nomination of Councillor Hodge. There are no other nominations for the chair. So, Councillor Hodge, you are duly appointed the new chair of the Environmental Performance Committee. Is that what I do? Is that how I do it? Is that, oh, we got to resolve. Right, we got to vote on it. Do you have to vote when there's, do you have to vote when there's only one nominee?
Do we acknowledge the resignation as well?
Within the motion? Are you wanting to acknowledge?
Receive the resignation, accept the nomination, and resolve the nomination.
Yeah, the motion that is on the table specifically refers to the resignation of the chair of the Environmental Performance Committee. So that is sufficient. But if you wanted some modification to the words to acknowledge, that would be fine. No? Okay.
So do we, because if, I mean, I'll declare the nominations for chair of the committee closed. If do we pass this in two separate resolutions? Because we've got the chair and now that the deputy chair position is vacant, do we do a separate motion for that?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's a very good point to raise, Madam Chair. So you can, in this first part of the decision, deal with 1 and 2, which is, I guess, Councillor GRAF resigning as the chair of EPC and then Councillor Hodge being appointed as the chair, and then separately and next deal with nominations of the deputy chair.
Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got a motion. Let's go ahead and put that on screen. Let's do this. I'll get this right this time. Okay, so we've got a motion moved by Councillor GRAF and seconded by Councillor Dunbar-Smith that Councillor GRAF resigns as the chair of the Environmental Performance Committee and that Councillor Katarina Hodge be appointed as the chair of the Environmental Performance Committee. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Congratulations, Councillor Hodge. And can I, at this time, note, thank you very much, Councillor Graf, for your chairmanship of this committee during the triennium to this point. So I really do appreciate that. All right. Now that Katarina is no
Thanks,
longer the
Madam Chair.
deputy chair of the committee, we do have a vacancy for that role. So I will open the nominations for the deputy chair of the Environmental Performance Committee. Councillor Mahuta.
Nominate Bruce Clarkson.
We have a nomination for Councillor Bruce Clarkson, a second from Councillor
Yeah.
Councillor Strange.
Councillor Bruce.
Great. So we've got we've got a mover and seconder for Councillor Clarkson. Do I have any further nominations for deputy chair of the Environmental Performance Committee?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Dunbar Smith.
I'd like to decline. I simply wanted to see Councillor Hodge as the chair. Thank you.
Kia ora.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you very much for that. So without a seconder, that second nomination won't go forward. Yes? Sorry, microphone?
Sorry, just as a point of order, because there's a notice of motion with the nomination, does that notice of motion? Oh, sorry, an updated. I'll withdraw.
All right, so we have a mover and seconder that Councillor Clarkson be appointed as the deputy chair of the Environmental Performance Committee. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Congratulations, Councillor Clarkson, on your appointment. And again, Councillor Graf, thank you very much for bringing this forward, and we do appreciate your energy and your endeavors to this point as chair of the Environmental Performance Committee.
Thank you,
Madam
Madam
Chair,
Chair.
can I?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, can I just ask a question? Is Councillor Graf staying on the EPC committee as a member?
Yes, I am. Thank you,
Yes.
Warren.
Okay, no, just confirming that. Thank you.
Sure. All right. So the membership of the committee will remain the same. All right. With that, that's it. Yes? That was just confirmation of the minutes, which we carried through the approval of minutes at the start of the meeting. All right, councillors, well done. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you for your continued commitment representing the constituencies and the region. I appreciate your energy and your continued commitment. All right, with that, we'll close with a karakia.
Onahia mai te uru tapanui, kia wātia, kia mama, i nākau te tinana te hinanaru, i te ara takatu, koe rā e rongo, e whakaaria aki ki runga, kia tina, humiei, huiei, karakia.
All right, we'll declare the meeting closed at 11:53 a.m. Thank you.